Michael was just explaining that he doesn't need a bank account and has banks.
I mean, it depends on what you want in life, really. That's what it all really boils down to. It's like, right now, I've got no intention of like doing any traveling, going anywhere, buying any property, doing anything like that. You know, we're looking towards living in a community. We basically live in a society where cash is king. So it's like, so what do you want from life? Well, I just want to eat, have somewhere to sleep, and to be in high frequency company. And to, you know, every now and then to play some games, every now and then to level up, sing some karaoke, do the odd stand up. But that's it.
So I fully feel it. The paradox that I want to speak into, the devil's advocate, if you like, is but it's a nice way of wrapping up. I'm going to use the word disempowerment, but I don't really mean that. But one would, I'm not saying you are, but one would create a story like that if they didn't believe they could create and travel and all that. But also, it's the ego that wants to create and travel, and what you're describing feels like a much more aligned, beautiful life to me.
I met a guy about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now, actually. And his friend had gone around the entire of India without spending a single penny.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, so then there's that as well, which I didn't.
I'm pretty sure he said he had it all recorded and it went on to, you know, and he had it on YouTube. And like the whole journey, but he didn't spend a single penny. He wanted to see how far he could go without spending it, and he sort of practically the entire country.
So you're suggesting, or I'm taking from that if one learns to live life like you are, i.e. in trust and surrender, you might have different words, but those are my words, but you could then also do all those things that the ego may want to do without needing to do it through the normal ways that people do it, i.e. accumulating money and selling their soul.
Well, how do you find normal ways? I mean, this is the thing. It's like this actually touches on what I was saying to you the other day about the the social contract. So, like, when somebody says, do it the normal way, what they mean is, I work, build something, make something, sell something, to make a piece of paper with pictures on it. Like the contract is, if you make yourself useful, you will get usefulness tokens, and those usefulness tokens can then be spent on luxuries, pleasures, or just the right to travel, basically, to go travel somewhere. But that is only one means of exchange. It's only one means of energy exchange. It's only one means of resource allocation and exchange. There's infinite others if you allow for it.
Yeah,
know, it's like,
and that's actually normal. In terms of human nature.
In terms of human nature, the allowance for the infinite, the allowance for multiple different avenues and possibilities. It's like people don't trust their own senses, because even the most mundane muggle of muggles has had the experience of saying, oh, this happened and there was this and that and I needed this, and then all of a sudden, this happened. All of a sudden, it just came out of the blue.
Like us with the cat
on the shoulder.
Like, actually, I was moaning yesterday that she's pregnant again, and then boom, Tom needed kittens.
Yeah. And that morning, I had a conversation with my landlord about whether I could have cats.
So, you know, it's the universe.
The stickers. There's one more.
Are they off for cats?
No, but they're the most like similar looking.
Yeah, they're amazing. Where have you got them from?
A student, look at. So
they're brilliant.
You can have them.
Oh, bless you! Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But the moral of that story is that you can't out imagine the universe. You can't out. The universe is far more creative, far more imaginative, and far more capable than we currently are in our current form. You just, you know, yes, we're aware we're one within the all. We're aware that we are gods with a small g, and we are growing, we are becoming, we're getting more and more of these gifts and toys and shit will come to us further down the line as the consciousness raises, the metaphysics unlocks. But you still ain't gonna beat Big Brother Universe. Big Brother Universe has all the fucking toys, has all of the imagination of every sentient being that's ever existed, you might not be able to figure it out, but I guarantee he, she, whatever does, the universe does.
Yeah.
And so, are you going to worry because you can't figure it out, or are you going to trust it?
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
And if you do, the more you do, the more it happens, and then...
So I totally agree with everything you're saying, but then if I go into the possibility of not having a bank account, it's just a hard no. Yeah, I totally agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah, but that's because that's circumstance and context. I am here where I'm at now, not because I was the other yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
It's a journey. 41 years journey getting me to this particular point where the universe, I've trusted the universe, and the universe has allowed me to arrive to a point where I can meet my standards to a degree. So it's not something that just happens, it's something that moves towards.
Yes.
But once the intent's there. But the intent, that's the thing, it's like, if you project intent without understanding, without asking the key questions, what am I, what exactly is it that I value, what is of real value, you can't, if you try and project intent before you've answered those questions, you're fucked. Because you're going to answer those questions with completely misaligned drivers, with completely misaligned definitions, understandings, and perceptions. You have to clarify those completely, and then once those are in clarity, then you can set your intention. And more often than not, once you've done that, 90% of what you had thought you were going to intend before just disappears, it dissolves. It's like, oh, you realise it's superfluous, it's not necessary, it's not actually really what you wanted, it just had all the trappings and colourings of what you wanted. It looked good, it smelled good, it tasted good, you know what I mean? It was like, it had a good thing about it, but actually, it had no substance.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Amazing, mate. Amazing. I mean, I suppose I should have known if there's anyone at least without a bank account as you, but I'm still quite shocked.
I think technically I still have one with Revolut, but I now have beyond the amount of effort it can take to get them to recognise it and that it was me and to be honest with you as well, this is the other thing. It's not just trusting the universe, which is absolute all the time anyway. Even if you just take the metaphysics out of the equation, and let's not look at the stuff. Let's just look at the practical, day-to-day, material, physical world as we exist in it. Well, look at the financial system. Look at look at where AI is. Look at where crypto is. Look at where robotics is. Look at where technology is in general. Look at where the state of the world is. You know what I mean? The various breaking down of societies, left, right, and centre. The disparities between one place in the world and another place in the world. It's all an absolute cacophony. It's an absolute carnival. And it's all coming to a head. So the idea is, I need to sit down and figure out how to get a bank account so I can make some savings so that for 10 years down the line. Well, that's the same thing as that's exactly the same thing as when someone turns around to me and says, I'm thinking about starting a college fund for my child library soon. Like the idea that I will have access to a state pension in the year 2050. Insanity.
Do you feel like Bitcoin is the same insanity, as in obviously that's created by the same people? Or gold?
Well, I actually made a video about this the other day when I got onto Bitcoin. I was told about Bitcoin, it was £2 a Bitcoin.
Oh shit!
But I was brassic, so and whenever I tried to borrow money off somebody to get some, they were like, they asked me what it was for. I'd explain it like, computer money. What? Not computer money. Just think cash machines. Anyway, so I missed that boat. But to be honest with you, for me, it was when it came to crypto, it was never so much about the coins It was more about the actual technology of blockchain.
And the ethos behind it, that we're told, supposedly.
Oh yeah.
That's
An ethos trade is a decentralized network. It's and there are people. I watched a fascinating podcast the other day with this guy who's part of the Web5 network, and it's like people making an independent, decentralized internet connection, making it so that you come off the normal internet providers and using everything from radio waves. You know what I mean? Standard old-fashioned radio waves to transmit data and stuff.
Wow.
The idea of creating an unbreakable network that doesn't rely on any of the big names. You know, that shit's going on in the background. You know, I don't think that this stuff isn't happening.
Yeah, well, just meeting Lee, like, I hadn't even realised that it was possible to create your own Zoom, for example, or your own whatever.
Things are changing
Yeah.
fast. So, for me, like, being here in Cambodia, it's like, on one side, it's just great because all of the requirements I have for a happy, peaceful life can easily be met here. So that's just a bonus, right? But second of all, this is where I chose to hunker down. This is where I chose to bump down for whatever that is.
Oh, right, that's a good talking point, because I worry about that sometimes, that I'm in the wrong place. You know, like, particularly when I was in Vietnam, I was like, yeah, if another COVID happens, they're like basically trying to force these on people. Is it different? I mean, obviously I know it's different here, it's more chilled out here, but you think this is a good place for I'm just going to say the apocalypse?
Yeah, 100%. It's funny
Tell me why.
Well, now, especially because of the recent conflict with Thailand, that's helped a lot.
In what regard?
Because they basically doubled down on nationalism, basically.
Nice.
National pride.
Yeah.
And they went with the angle of let's pull together, and you know, and like fuck Thailand, let's be self-sufficient. So I don't know if you noticed in the shops, pictures of flags on all of the products.
No.
If you go to sort of the shops, supermarkets, you'll notice. Next time you go, have a look, you'll start to notice that there'll be the product name, whatever, but then there'll be a flag that tells you which country where.
And that's new, is it? Since the conflict?
That's yeah. Because when I first got here, they didn't put like little flags telling you where that product had come from. Now they do.
My understanding is that Cambodia doesn't produce much of anything. Is that right?
Well, but that's since the conflict.
Yeah. Great.
All of a sudden, you've been seeing these Cambodian products like, right, well, we can't get that from Thailand anymore. We need to make an equivalent to
Fantastic.
that, equivalent to this soap, equivalent to that snack, equivalent to that. And so you're seeing is Cambodia starting to become more and more self-sufficient, more and more right, which also means that they're going to be less and less reliant on tourism. But they still want to make these products for people, you know, not just for Cambodian people. So now they'll look more towards expat rather than that. It's a shift of mentality from tourist to expat.
As in trying to attract.
Yeah, and retain.
Yeah, so I was going to say, isn't the paradox, isn't the other side to it that as they become more nationalist collectivists, they don't really want us here, but they still need the income.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, yes, 100%. But if you go with the expat versus the tourism mentality, you don't end up with another Thailand. You don't flood your country with. You don't flood your country with just people who just off to have a good time and get drunk or whatever. XYZ. Yeah. What you're attracting is expats who love the country, who want peace, who want to do well, want to succeed.
Beautiful.
Yes. Sorry, probably we have
no problems
to get to.
Thank you for sharing.
No worries.
And just let's favourite flag thing to me. So they're showing all the different countries, or just the Cambodian flag?
Every country.
Right, and they're doing that to sort of say this isn't currently from Cambodia, but soon you'll see it with the Cambodian flag.
Well, I think they can't. I think it's just a way of saying, right, well, we're going to put the Cambodian flag out, but so we should do it with all of them.
Let's be honest, yeah.
But also it allows people to then actually like make a choice. It's like, well, do I want it? And to be honest, I always wherever I can, I buy Cambodia.
Yeah, definitely. Fantastic. Right, so.
Cigarette. You want to have a cigarette? That's on our beautiful balcony.
No, I don't. I only smoke the other. If you want to hear more from this man, then you can subscribe to this channel. This is his channel. Oh no, you can subscribe to this channel, my channel, and the next conversation we have is going to go deeper into that whole why Cambodia is a good place for the apocalypse. And then if you want to hear more of just him, then you can subscribe to this channel, which is his channel. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.
And Jamie, have you got any closer to your channel?
Not yet. I'm still thinking about it. Still working on it.
It was only yesterday me and Jamie had that chat, so I wasn't expecting to say yes.